So if you talk about the stuff that's supposed to replace our um, our dietary needs with, since they're going to collapse the economy, they know you're not one of them. You know, I could save you like $40 on root cuttings by soaking some lentils or something, like some willow branches, to make the rhizomes that cause the rooting. And that way, it's like you can add like a little bit of cinnamon or something to make it resistant to microbials and rot or something like that, and then you don't need that to waste money. But they want to destroy the whole system. It's like it can teach you all the tricks to be a boss. Uh, all the medicines and foods that you could grow, like a better nutrition, all that shit. I never hear them talking about any of that. It's like the only thing you know about Amaranth is she's a fucking my fans only. She's a my fan. What's it called? My fans only or something. Fans only. My something. Like no, that's like the staple green of a fucking Aztec empire that had better, amazing, complete plant proteins like nothing we've ever heard of, but it's like illegal to grow it. You don't have to look. Just fucking break the law. Fuck it. Don't undo the whole system. If you want to grow that shit, grow that shit. What are you gonna do? Give you a fine? They're not gonna throw you in jail. But you could just say that shit just took over. Like I didn't mean to grow it. Like because it thrives on neglect. You could say I just haven't been I haven't been pulling my weeds. You know. That's what they do. They mow over. They find a field of spring green, spring beauty or something, and just fucking drive over it with a lawnmower. You know, like there's like all these crazy healing foods that we never even get to learn about, and communists aren't talking about that because you wouldn't be in the crowd. They say that they're not mainstream, but they always fuck with the mainstream shit because that's where they drop their little dialectics in, like sprinkled all in the mainstream shit. So they have to be there. Their presence, your attention has to be on that. And so it's like they're your little brother that's inexperienced and will make a situation spiral out of control or something. He's like a little jinx. You know, like that's what they are. Like conservatives have short attention span and Democrats afraid of their shadow. And there's all they have these traits that counterbalance and enable each other, and nobody wants to address it because they all feel like they would feel guilty or something if they had to. So they don't contribute nothing, and they come around knocking at the door, and you don't want to answer because you know they're gonna compromise your immune system or something. They're just a jinx. They just get you sick. They need COVID, like they for their plan. Like they don't like solve problems; they make problems. They don't stay in their lane. You know, like why is a white person worried about defining the definition of blackness and whiteness? Like just fucking butt out. That's busy. This is too fucking busy. Why are you fiddling like with everything? If you're not gonna, if you have to have a solution if you're gonna complain about the problems. Like don't you get it? You have to study the Amish or something. I know you guys are like, oh no, that's religion or whatever the fuck. The Amish will teach you so fucking goddamn much if you don't want to make people starve to death. You just will never know what they know. They know so much shit that we just think, oh, they're religious. It's like, what the fuck, man? Everything they say is culture this, culture that, culture, but you know, culture is how you manage to be alive. Like that's how you maintain and survive. And it's like I said before, it's not your friend. It's everything you've done to survive. It's a whole bunch of traditional knowledge and not interested. they would rather abolish parental rights because they think that means private property. So all children have to be born from a surrogate. Like, how the fuck are you gonna pull that off? You know, there's gonna be complications I haven't even thought about. Like, what about when somebody says, "Fuck that shit, that's my kid"? You know what I mean? And then like they try to take them away, and then like they like get smoked. I never thought that they were gonna do that. Like, what the fuck? Like, why you? And what was the other thing about, like, if you can't have private property, like an orchard is private property, then you just want to put all your faith in the state to take care of you? I thought we were tired. See, the thing, you can't get tired of voting for the lesser of two evils because they're always going to like run somebody so horrible to make you consider voting for evil. Like, we don't get sick of that shit ever. Like I know we said that we were sick of it last time, but we're going to do it again. You want to trust some, like, okay, everything that they're talking about that they're going to accomplish in that time period between them overthrowing capitalism and that all these fucking baron class with their security forces are going to run roughshod over everybody. They're never going to pull it off. Think about that before you fuck everything up. No, because your opposition is so horrible, right? And then like they're all enabling each other. So why aren't you horrible too? I mean, I've seen people that look, nothing is what it seems. I've seen people that look like commies, and there's some qualities that it's like, damn, a commie wouldn't have those qualities. Or a conservative that like listens to, that has patience and attention span. Like, oh, like I never thought, like a Democrat is not afraid of their shadow. That is actually, you just got to not stigmatize them with all. You got to separate them from everything what you think it looks like at first. Someone who's an asshole in your first impression could change your impression and then show up in greater ways than somebody who never upset you was like failed to show up in any meaningful way. Like, so I'm making notebooks of stuff that of knowledge that's either going to get used by me or not at all, because it's not going to get absorbed by any communist. Like, they're not solving problems, they're pointing out problems, and then they're doing like, they're trying to grab power, just like anybody. And it's like, how are you not? You're not mainstream and you're not trying to grab power. Like, give me a fucking break. You don't understand that's the constant. Like, some things are like conflict is like the nature of reality. Like 97% of the time, like they want these conflict resolution counselors and fucking sedative cops or something like that. Like, there's some things you can't change, so they don't get serenity because they're trying to change things they can't change, and they don't have a solution, and they're not, they're just everything you think that you say that they're going to do, they'll just be like, no, you did. You're gonna do it because you're fast. And they're smart enough to look into that and find out that like there's aspects of fascism in like every successful government. It's like it's not have nothing to do with all that shit that you keep saying. You might as well stop, since you don't like Israel. If you're a communist, you don't like Israel. They have communists that are Israeli, and they go in and change the pH a little bit. That's all they do. They just go in and fiddle with the fabric, without a contribution. It's like your little Jinx brother that's gonna turn up some situation to spiral out of control or something. Like, He's inexperienced and he's a jinx. You still love him, but he's a jinx, and you gotta keep an eye on him because, like, he's not metered. He doesn't have metered responses. Like, he doesn't have thought out, like, responses that come from, like, having an experience or something. But they just know they're right. You know what I mean? Well, when you get shot by a parent that wants to keep their kid because they had a child without a surrogate or something, like, you're gonna be like, I didn't know they would do that. Or maybe they don't have guns. Maybe they took their guns away, but then they just like, oh, I still have other ways to, like, creep up on you even more subtly than if I had a gun. You could kill more people with a buck knife than you can running around shooting people. It's silent. Nobody knows what's going on. So it's just like jump out the pan into the fire, or like try to be averse to paying attention to it. They don't know that they're affecting more disastrous outcomes, right? Like, oh, we're not doing that because we're against it. It's in the name. Yeah, whatever the fuck. Everybody's a fucking hacker or scammer or something. I still see that shit as mainstream. There's no way you're not mainstream. If you're mainstream, your dialectics doesn't have to be involved in everything mainstream. Like, they believe that there's this source of power that's contrived from, like, having a bunch of it's like there's a whole bunch of people that will listen to this bullshit, so we're entitled to fill their heads with garbage because they kind of belong to us. They're earmarked for these scammers to scam on them. They're like food, like, a food source. It's your food, like a fucking rabbit is a bear's food, even though a whole rabbit is like, no, I don't have no interest in being eaten, but rabbit, you are like, like, hey, fish, you're that seal's chow. Like, fish is like, fuck you, no I'm not, like, I'll outrun him. The seal is like, that's my food. Like,